In this video, we are going to add some tests after this add city button. And here we're going to have an icon, a test, and another test that will contain units. What we are going to display are the temperature, pressure, wind, humidity. Now to do that, we need to create an array, push the different units into the array, and also we are going to use the alert controller class. Now to get started, let's go into our app.component.ts. So first here I'm going to create an array. I'll call it weather units and I'll set it equal to an empty array. Now we could just do what we want to do inside here, but I want to make it more easier, so I'll put it inside a method. Then I'll call the method inside the ng after view init. So down here I'm going to say show units. That is the name of the method. Now inside this show units, first let me just work in displaying the temperature. So this dot weather units dot push, because it's an array, we are going to push in different objects. So the first property inside the object is going to be title, and the title is going to be temperature. The next one is going to be unit, and the unit here is going to be C, that is Celsius. Then also I'm going to display icon. Now this icon, I'll just write the icon name. Then when we use the for loop to loop through, we are going to add it to the ion icon. So what I want to display here is going to be thermometer. If you check the ionicons, you're going to find this icon. Then another thing I want to do, I want to add a method. So when the user clicks on this method, it's going to show an alert controller. So inside here, we need to first of all import alerts or controller. So here I can say private alert controller of type alert controller. Make sure it is added to Ionic Angular, just like we have here. I've imported the alert controller. So now we can make use of this alert controller. So here to create an alert, I'll say let alert equal to this dot alert controller dot create. Inside the create method, I'm going to pass an object with some properties. The first is going to be title. I'll still set it to temperature. Then the next one is going to be subtitle. So I'll just change this to subtitle. Then I will use the template string, then pass in ion badge. So ion dash badge slash ion dash badge. Then inside here I'll just add C. Then down here I'm going to add buttons, and the type of button is going to be the cancel button. Then after that I'll add CSS class. So later we are going to add CSS to style this. It's going to be alert CSS. Now this is supposed to be buttons. Now after that we need to add alert.present. So we need to call this method, or we can say return alert.present. So right now with this I have the first object inside the weather unit array. So let me just copy this and place 4 more times. So I'll paste this. So the next one is going to be pressure, and the unit is going to be HPA. The icon is going to be cloud. Here I'll change to pressure as well. And the unit is going to be HPA. Then I'll go down here, wind. This is going to be in meter per second, and this is going to be speedometer. So change this to wind and the unit in meter per seconds. Then the last one is going to be humidity, and the unit is going to be percentage, and this is going to be umbrella. That is going to be the icon. So humidity, then this is going to be percent symbol. So now we have all of these objects inside the weather units array. Now we need to call this show units. Let's do that right here. After our subscribe, do this dot show units. So now we've called this method right here that we've added. The next thing is to go to app.html, use a list just like we used this list and ng4 directive. So right here I'll say Eon list. Inside the Eon list I'll use the ng4. So let's units of weather units. Now inside here I will use a button because we want to click on the button to display the alerts. So the click, this is going to be units.show because that is what we have right here. As you can see, we have the show method. As you can see. Then the next one is going to be the icon, Eon icon, and the name is going to be unit.icon. If I go back to make sure, yeah, that is what I have right here. Then after that, down here I'm going to use unit.title. Unit.title. Then after unit.title, Eon badge. Inside is going to be unit.unit. Then I'll set this to item end. Item end. So we looped through this weather units array, which has properties title, unit, icon, and the show method. That is what we did. On the button inside the Eon list, I added the click event with unit.show, Eon icon name with the property unit.icon. Then I have this unit.title, then the Eon badge. So now that we have this, let me save, go to the browser. So now if I open the side menu, oh, you can see the way it looks. Now the reason why it's looking like this, because we are inside the list and we did not use the Eon item. We can use the Eon item on a button or on another element. Right now, to use the Eon item, let's go back here. Normally, we're supposed to pass the Eon item. If we go into our pages, then search, right here you can see we use this Eon list. Inside the Eon list we added Eon item, then we use the ng4 directive. But here we are just using the Eon list and a button. So to make use of the Eon list, we need to add Eon item on the button. So on the button, add this property Eon item, save, and go back to the page. So if I open the side menu, now you can see the way it looks. We are going to add the CSS styles to all of this. But right now, if I click here, you can see we have the alerts that displays the temperature and its unit. If I cancel, click pressure, you can see the same. right here. This is made possible due to the alert controller that we added. So we've added this. What we need to do is to add the CSS styles to all of these tests.